Hey, 2 Chainz on the beat. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. How are you guys doing? If it's your first time here, my name's Gary, aka the Plastic Boy. What's going on? And to any new returning subscribers, hey Plastic Poo! So today's video is gonna be a story time. I was in two debates on what to do. So as you can tell by the title, kidnapped at 17, almost kidnapped this child for the same thing. So if you guys wanna see what happens to me at 17 and what was a kidnappation, keep on watching. Okay, before we begin, did anyone watch the verses? Earth, Wind... Did anyone watch the verses? Earth, Wind, No Fire versus the Isley Brothers? Before we begin...
Did you see that?
Okay, we don't want to get copyrighted. Okay, period poo. So this is a story time. Everything I'll list down below, but I've got this little tray which I got from Garnier and it's got everything that I'm going to use in it. So the only new things that I'm only using, I'm using a new... Remember I did a review on the new Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation. I have a new shade in that. I'll be using the new Huda Beauty, it's just Toffee palette, a new Gucci Beauty face powder. Anything I'm using will be listed down below because, child, this story time, it's just gonna be mainly about the story than more than makeup. If you guys want more than makeup, let me guys know in the comments down below. I can do like, you know, a Shazam, but just watch, listen, grab a snack, and let's get into it. Okay, so with this story time, it's a bit mad because I was still in Birmingham, living at my nan's house, and child, let's just say, I've been clubbing since the age of 15. Listen, I'm not for the streets, but the streets have known me since I've been 15.
I know that's right.
I remember going to my first club and being like, hey, I got in with a fake ID, everything. And this story's just a bit mad. I'm just trying to think, because it involves a certain friend, but I always, in these story times, fuck up by saying the person's name, and the next thing you know, there's a group chat going around saying, well, Gary made a YouTube video talking about this whole situation. So let's just call this person Robert. Let's just go with Robert, guys, because child, Robert's easy to remember, and I ain't got time to be getting licked down in the big Oxford streets. Anyway, I've been clubbing since I've been 15, you know. As I went clubbing, I got to like know a few friends, and you just get to know people. So long and behold now, around 17, I was still living with my nan. I stayed at my mom's as well, but my nan lived very close because I'm originally from Birmingham, if you guys don't know. Birmingham in the UK. I know some people already know London, but Birmingham's kind of like 2 hours away from London. So anyway, I lived with my nan. I was 17. I hadn't been 18 yet. But my nan I always used to tell her I'm going to a friend's I'm going to a friend's house, and she was just like, okay. But with her, you know, with black people, it's a black thing. So basically, when you're anyway, I was never allowed sleepovers, and I was never allowed to sleep at anyone's house. So my language people were like, okay, just make sure you're back before 12. I had like a curfew, even though I was 17 but going on 18. But anyway, so I couldn't really disrespect her. I had a key, but for some reason this week I'd lost the key. I remember that straight for a fact because at 17 I was working at, where was I working? I think I was working at Republic at the time, and I was doing a shift, and then I used to go out because I used to work in the city centre. Hold on, what am I doing with this makeup? Because child, what am I doing? Child. Sorry, I legit had to put my fan on. So anyway, yeah, I worked at Republic, and then there was one night where my friend Robert was like, oh, come to this club, like, it was called Roots, and it was cute. It wasn't a Monday. It was, actually, no, it wasn't. Was it Root? No, it was DV8. Even saying the name was crazy. It was DV8, and he was like, come to DV8. I was like, babe, who goes to DV8 on a Friday? Like, it's such a like for slags, you know? And then anyway, he was just like, oh, come. So I finished work now. I got ready at work. What? No, did I have makeup on me? Anyway, I went after work, and it was so flipping dead. But the only thing about that is, you know, in Birmingham, the drinks are so cheap. Like in London, drinks are like, in London, a drink's basically like 12 to 14 pounds. That's basically like $15, $14. And in Birmingham, you could easily get like a double drink for like £8. Like, it's so cheap. So I remember us just drinking so much. I remember drinking at work as well. I remember going out to get like a bottle of Lambrini, which is like this really cheap alcohol. But it's just banging, it's banging. So anyway, I was already drunk before I met my friend Robert. Robert? Yeah, Robert. So anyway, we're en route. It was cute. It wasn't really filled with anyone popping. It was just filled with like, you know, we call them scene queens. People you just see on the scene, and they're always out every damn night doing a madness. So I was just like, oh babe, it's so flipping dry. And he was just like, whatever. So anyway, the only reason he invited me out yet is because this guy that he was seeing was coming. So anyway, I met this guy before, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yes, bitch, is so cute. He's got a good job. I'm not sure what he did, but who cares? Drove a sick car at the time. What car did he drive? I think he drove like was it a Range Rover? It wasn't like a Range Rover, what Range Rover's on now, but it was like a cute Range at the time. So I was like, yes, big, okay. we showing. Anyway, so I was just like, okay, bitch, why don't you tell me? So obviously, he had only invited me out, yeah. Oh, this looks really red on camera, but it actually looks really cute in person. So anyway, the only reason he invited me out, yeah, is because he didn't want to be alone with this guy, but I'm like, you've met this guy a million times, yeah? Why did you just not meet him by yourself? But I didn't mind because when he came, he was buying us bear drinks and it was just a cute moment. Okay, so anyway, what was I doing? Anyway, I had to pause. You're in this club, bearing in mind I'm 17, but I think because I've been going out since I was 15 and I used a fake ID. You know when you're when the bouncers you are so used to seeing your face, it's just like, come in. But anyway, I was proper 17, but
A what?
who cares? No one cares about anyway. That was like years ago. And anyway, we were in the club, blah, blah, blah. Route was so dry. It was getting quite late and we were so... I was more drunk than anyone because back a day, obviously I drink now, but you know when you're younger, you just drink and drink. Especially when someone else is buying you the drinks. You're like, okay, well, get me the shot. Get me the Malibu. Get me the WKD. So anyway, we were so drunk. I was like, shit. And what's his name? Robert Jr. Robert? This is like a storytelling because I'm saying it. Robert was like, oh, what's wrong? And I was like, babe, you know I have to be back at my nan. First of all, my nan is Jamaican. She doesn't play. If I don't come into the house yet, she'll be having a heart attack. Remember once I came back like at 1 o'clock in the morning? She was ready to bring the police.
I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Sis was ready to bring the police. She was born and bred Kingston, Jamaica. So she always thinks the worst. Me and her always used to watch Crime Watch. And Crime Watch is this like show about, you know, killers and murderers and people getting attacked and raped in the UK. So anyway, I'm like, babe, like, oh my God, like, I gotta be home soon. And he was like, babe, it's only 11 o'clock. I was like, you know I have to be in by like 1, right? So obviously I didn't want to be too drunk because I don't really want to come in too pissed in front of my nan because it's like a bit disrespectful. So anyway, he was like, you know what, it's cool. We can stay for a while and then I'll get... the guy who was seen to drop us home. So I was like, oh, okay, then because taxis weren't expensive, but if someone's gonna drop me home, sis, I'm trying to see the point out here. It's already hard out in these blood clot streets. So anyway, we were obviously, you know, chilling. The club starts to get a bit lit. Hotties come in, you know. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of wow. So anyway, he's talking to his guy. Like, people are chatting me up. I'm like flicking my imaginary inches and bundles. Anyway, so it gets like late. Now look at the time. Why is it 1:30? Honestly, almost had a heart attack. There's me thinking, oh, okay, I've got bad time. I'm talking, I'm drunk, I'm on the pole, I'm doing all these kind of tricks. And then I say, Robert, have you seen the time? He was like, oh my God. And these times, DV8 closed at 2, so we only had 30 minutes. So he was like, babe, it's fine. Like, it closed in 30 minutes. Like, just allow it. Like, he might as well stay to the end. I'm like, are you mad? Are you absolutely crazy? You know what my nanny's like. Like, you have lost your goddamn mind. So anyway, I ended up staying to the end because I was like, you know what? I'll be damned if I do, I'll be damned if I don't. I'm already late. It is what it is. I know I've got a few missed calls, but obviously this guy that's my friend is saying, I'm gonna drop you home. Just be cool, just stay. Anyway, by this time now, this guy got me a shot, yeah? When I say I was fucked, I was fucked. So I'm gonna let that concealer sit for a while. So anyway, yeah, I was really drunk, and then the time, like literally it was time to go home. This guy finally gets his car, drives around. Obviously, you know, where the club was, yeah, everyone used to wait outside the club. So when this guy got his car pulled around, me and my friend thought we were bad. And listen, we got in the car, yeah, and I was just like, ugh. Anyway, even though I was really drunk. And we get in the car now. And then he was like, oh, where do you live? And I'm like, oh, I live in like, I can say where I live now. I live near Handsworth. Like, this is the part in Birmingham. It was like, it was the hood, honey, the hood. And he was like, oh, okay, come, that's in the way. He lived like in Erdington. So he was like, okay, it's nowhere near, but he was like, okay, I'll pass through and I can go through Soho Road. So I'm like, okay, cool. So anyway, I must have fell asleep here because I was so drunk. And for me, yeah, and if you know me, when I'm in a car, I just fall asleep. It can be a taxi. I can be driving. I feel like when I'm driving and I'm tired, I literally fall asleep. Like, I can't, like, be tired and drive. Like, I just get, I think it's the, you know, when it's the motion of the car, it makes you feel so sleepy. So I conked out. And I must have been asleep for a good... maybe 25, no, maybe a good 40 minutes, let's not lie. Because from the club to my nan's house took about maybe a good 22 minutes. I know this route from the back of my hand, because I used to drive there and I used to get a cab there because I could drive at 17. I passed my test 17, second go. Anyway, imagine I wake up now. I wake up. Why we're in the motorway? We're on the motorway. So I'm like, huh? Robert, where the hell are we? I was gonna say his name. I was like, Robert, what's going on? Why am I not home? And why is it almost 3 o'clock? So anyway, he's like, oh babe, like, Ra-ta-ta said, oh, there's something going on in Manchester. I went, Manchester? I went, Manchester? I was, what's going on in Manchester? I went, listen, please, just drop me home. Drop me home, please, drop me off somewhere. I can't go to Manchester. Listen, I had work the next morning. I was like, babe, please, I can't do this. Like, I'm not out for this. Like, just drop me home and I'll get, just let me off somewhere. Please. Listen, I was almost, I was drunk, but also like, wait, what's going on? So anyway, he was like, babe, night's cool. Like, we'll drive back like early in the morning. Like, cause back then, I used to go out, stay out till 7, get home, get ready, and then sneak out. So my nan used to think I'd been in and basically just gotten up and gotten ready. But these times I was pulling it all nighter. Could never do that now. I'd have a heart attack and die in a heartbeat. Listen, guys, this story is so crazy. I'm literally like having flashbacks to like how flipping crazy it was. So anyway, we're in the car, guys. This guy did not stop once. At least I would have thought, yeah, he would have stopped at a service station. His tank was full. It was just mad. I was like kind of upset. I was not even upset. I was like traumatized. I was like, first of all, why did no one not wake me up? And second of all, as a friend, why would you not say, you know what, we're going to go to Manchester. Do you want to come? I know you got work tomorrow. If not, we'll drop you at your nan's so you can bounce. But listen, this friend gave me no option. This is why they got locked off till this fucking day. Anyway, so I'm like in and out of, it's because I'm still very, I was like, you know that kind of drunk where you're not in control. Like if I got up, I'd be like, like everything was spinning, and even like being at the back, I was getting a bit sick. So I was just like, guys, please, would you mind just like just drop me at a service station, drop me anywhere, drop me at a local cab station. And back then, I can't remember what, I'm not sure, did I have an iPhone? I can't remember what phone I had. Did I have an iPhone? I can't remember what, I can't actually remember what phone I had, but I remember, did I have a contract? I think I had a contract, but I can't remember if I had an iPhone, because there was one point in my life where I didn't have an iPhone. Samsung? Me, a Samsung? No, I didn't have an iPhone. I had something else. Oh, I don't remember what it was. But anyway, this guy did not stop. My friend and him were just moving mad. I'm not sure what the hell was going on. But guys, it was truly a madness. So Birmingham to Manchester is like maybe an hour and like 10 minutes. It depends, but this guy was going fast. So I'm definitely sure we got there in under an hour. So imagine now, I almost knocked out again. When I woke up, sis, we're in Manchester. Like, at first I was like, okay, my nan is probably losing her mind. Second of all, my phone was on like, I know it was like a low battery. Like, I know it was so low. That's why I was frightened, because I didn't have a charger. I just wanted to let them know, or my nan know, like I was okay, because I couldn't remember my mom's number by heart. The only people's number I knew by heart was my sister's and my nan's. And I didn't want to be my sister, because my sister would, listen, there's only certain times in my life, listen, me and my sister are close, but something like that, no, she would ring the police. She would ring the police. So anyway, we get to Manchester and I'm just like, oh, I'm just thinking, how can I get home from Manchester? How can I leave? Because this time now it was like maybe 3:20, 3:30 in the morning. And like, I feel like the only way to get home would be have to get a direct cab, wait for the trains in the morning, or get a coach. And I didn't have money like that on me, because obviously, guys, I'm 17. Like, I wasn't balling. I didn't have like credit cards. I didn't have anything. The only thing I had was my little savings account and like a little coin that I had on me, because like I don't even think I had my card on me, you know. I don't think I did have my card on me. I did it because my friend at the time, and the guy who was driving us, was paying for us, so I didn't have my card on me, which was mad. Guys, it was a flipping mess. Okay, so I did my brows off camera because it was really throwing me off. I was like, I need the brows done, because I actually like doing brows off the foundation. But anyways, let's continue. I'm gonna just in my under eyes, because these under eyes be cracking. They be cracking. So anyway, so we get to Manchester now, as I was saying. I was trying to remember where I left off at, but girl, we get to Manchester, and I was just like, I was like, you know, when you're such in shock here, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm proper in Manchester. And these times, yeah, I'd only been to Manchester like maybe once or twice with a friend before, so I don't like going to areas that I don't really know, especially with people that I trusted my friend, but like, obviously I didn't trust him after that, but it's like I'm in an unknown place and I'm not sure about Manchester now, but every time I used to watch Crime Watch on BBC, Manchester was one of those destinations where people were getting attacked with axes, people were getting murdered. It was just one of those, it just scared me. And anyway, so we get to this house, and it was like, I remember it was like in this main city of Manchester, and I was like, ooh, okay, oh, okay. And then we get to this place, but I was a bit scared, like, okay, first of all, we weren't underage. Like, I was 17, my friend was, hold on, he was 3 years older than me. 20. He was 20 and the guy was like maybe 27, 28. So everyone was of age, but obviously I just wasn't old enough to get into the club. So we get to this apartment and I was like, ooh, obviously I'm just like, I'm having to like follow them and go through with it because what else am I going to do? I haven't got any money with me. So I'm going for the apartment being like, okay, this apartment's cute, it's cute, it's cute. So anyway, he was like, oh, like, you know, we're just going to see my friends and I promise I'll drive you back. And these times I'm like, well, child, if you don't join me back, how the hell am I going to get home? But I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, for my sister, she's going to flip, but she can help me. And if I bring my mom, she is going to go crazy at me. And if I bring my nan, she's probably going to be so worried anyway. So I'm like, okay, best to just, okay, let's just see how the situation goes. So we get into the apartment now. And it's a really nice apartment, really like, I think it was like, it must have been built like, literally like a few months ago. Like, that's how new it was. Like, it smelled brand to the blood clot new. And we get in there and like 3 of us friends in there and I was just like I was like, oh, okay. One of them was like cute, like something, but he was that kind of cute, like, okay, listen, I will do time for you. That's how kind of cute he was. So I was like, oh child, well this is what it is now, so let me just, you know, let me take one for the team. So anyway, me and my friend were chilling in this apartment now. At first I was like, why are you guys up so late and what the hell is going on? Do none of you guys like work? Like, what's going on? But in my mind, yeah, I kept thinking it was gonna be a Friday, but it was actually a Saturday, but even though I always worked weekends. But anyway, they were like, oh, we just went out in Manchester, we're chilling, blah, blah, blah. So him and his friends are all chilling now. And it was a bit uncomfortable because like when you're in a situation where there's like, it's just a person I know, my friend, and his guy that he's dealing with, and then we've got like 3 other guys. It's just like, okay, this is a bit awkward. It's a bit, what's happening here? What's going on? So I was a bit like, this is a bit uncomfortable. Even though the guy was hot, I was a bit like, I'm ready to go home. Like, it was that kind of stage where I was drunk, but I was also getting sober because I'm very aware of my surroundings. I'm trying to like, guys, this happened so long ago, but it was so mad, yeah. I'm just trying to like, actually replaying it back in my head, yeah. It's actually causing a bit of trauma because it was so scary. So my friend and the guy that drove us down, yeah, decided to go into another room, and I'm like, brother, what the hell are you doing leaving me? You can't leave me. I don't know any of these people. He was like, babe, just like, chill, man, chill. And I'm just like, oh my God. So anyway, Robert's obviously off to do his blood clot thing. Not ting like, he wasn't hoeing like that, but you know, I think they went to get like their private time. And I was just like, I was so ruptured because, first of all, you actually have no manners or no respect for me because you're literally leaving me. So anyway, the guy that I thought was really hot, yeah, was getting like close and stuff, but like, you know, because of the situation, I just wanted to go home. Honestly, I don't care. Obviously, I was like, oh, but at the same time, I was like, I want to go home. Like, I was just like, oh, like, I just kept asking, oh, do you know, like, if there's any taxis around here, or, like, how I can get back home to Birmingham, because I'm not sure when these guys are leaving. They just kept saying, chill, man, chill out, chill out. I'm just like, chill out. I've been kidding that. So anyway, he was just like, chill out, chill out. So imagine, yeah, this guy's proper, like, he's like, oh, do you want a drink? I'm like, no, because I was actually scared. I'm like, imagine this guy put something in my drink, and next thing you know, I'm out unconscious, and next Charles, anyway, so he's like, do you want a drink? And I'm like, no, I'm cool. Let's have like water or whatever. And he was like, have some. He was trying to give me like, what did he have? I think he had like rum or J and Jack Daniels or something. But back then, I didn't really like all those kind of drinks. I liked like sweet things like peach schnapps and WKD blues. I was a Chabot hot. And this guy was getting close, yeah, but like close as like in front of like his 2 friends. I'm like, hold on, what's going on up in here? Like, this ain't no show. So I was just uncomfortable, like, you know what? Oh, I want to go now, I want to go. You know what this guy did to me? What are you acting like an idiot for? This guy proper pushed me. Like, when I say push me, like, I'm surprised my arm didn't disconnect from my blood clot shoulder. So I'm like, this guy just pushed me. And it wasn't even the sexy kind of push, like, it was, And I'm like, I was like, oh, hell to the motherfucking no. I need to get out of this place right now.
It's awkward.
So anyway, that had happened, and guys, I was so scared because I'd never had, like, you know what, I've been in, I'm not gonna lie, so I've only been in maybe 2 fights in my life. I'm not like an argumentative person. Like the last fight I got into was when I was like 21, and that was in the club. Like, listen, pieces got ripped out, chains were broken, and people were getting boxed down. Like, I just feel like fighting after the age of like 20 is not cute. Like, who is really throwing fists? It's just so ghetto. Obviously, at the time, you're like, yeah, I'm having a fight. But at the same time, it's just like, no, babes, you look foolish. But I was like, he just proper pushed me like, listen, we need to go. Like, I'm not staying here. You can stay, or because I'm going. Like, I don't give a, you know? And he was like, what do you mean, blah, blah. So I told him the whole situation, and he probably couldn't believe it. I was like, it's getting too much. Like, how can you just leave me out here with these strangers when you're out here getting buck wild in the other room with that whatever? So anyway, I literally flip and like, I'm leaving. So anyway, my friend's trying to start me being like, no, it's cool. Listen, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I am leaving. I don't care how I get home. You can stay here with your nasty self. Anyway, I said to my friend now, and I just walk out, and then I'm like, at the end, I'm like, okay, to make sure I got everything. So I had my phone, had my car, not my car, I had my coat, shoes, whatever. So anyway, I was just thinking, my phone was on like, I know it was on something stupid, like maybe like 5%. Listen, if I was to make one call, my phone would have been gone. So I'm trying to think, how am I going to get out of Manchester? How am I going to get home? Like, what the hell am I going to do? So it was just honestly so mad. Using the Huda Beauty Toffee Brown palette. Okay, so when I left the apartment, yeah, this was probably like one of the worst feelings because you've got a low battery, you don't have any money. Manchester's a really crazy place at night. Like, it's just full of like crackheads. So I'm walking around, the only things that are open are like kebab shops. There are taxis around, but like, how am I gonna get a cab to Birmingham with no money? Do you know how mad that is? And back then, cabs weren't really doing mad journeys like that unless like you pay up front. And especially being black, like they're probably thinking like, well, where's the money? Do you know what I mean? Like, especially like normal cabs, because what used to happen is people used to get cabs like that and used to run out, and then in the end the driver had to chase them. So a lot of drivers wouldn't do that journey. So I remember like, okay, I just thought, okay, let me try and bring my sister. So I tried to bring my sister. Why is my phone dying? My phone died, so I had no like means of communication. I couldn't even remember my friend, and because I'd walked this far, I didn't even remember how to get back to the apartment. I was just really annoyed that my friend didn't even come out to try and help me, or at least try and like, you know, I don't know, give me some kind of sense of direction on how to get home. So anyway, I could see like signs heading to like the station because I knew Manchester a tiny bit, but I didn't know too much. So I just kept walking and walking. There's crazy people on the street, and I remember seeing this one, and I said to her, "Oh, excuse me, do you mind if I borrow your phone to make a phone call?" Sis aired me. Sis walked past me. First of all, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. A black guy is calling up to you saying, "Can I use your phone to make a call?" Who is giving you their phone? Who is giving you their phone? No one. Okay, so I'm walking around Manchester. No one's even giving me any attention or even trying to help me. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna have to try and do a madness. So I see one kebab shop open, yeah? Listen, the way I went into that kebab shop, I had to start crying. It's so mad when thinking about it. I had to start crying. Listen, the way I started crying, I was crying for my Oscar nomination. I was crying, being like, oh my god, like, I woke up at this party and I don't know where I am. Like, I woke up and I didn't know the people around at the house. And listen, the way I was crying, I was bawling. I was like, you know when you... I was trembling. Listen, I had to do something crazy because otherwise, no one was going to give me the phone. Listen, the guy in the kebab shop was so nice. When I say they were nice, they told me to come round. They gave me a little doner kebab. They gave me a little... Listen, the guy gave me his phone. I was so shocked, yeah. It was actually kind of like a moment because like he was just so nice, like so sweet. Remember my sister ringing her, she doesn't have an answer. When I say I rang her about 12 times, she answers. I'm like, oh gosh, Ollie, please help me, please help me. I'm in Manchester. I have no money to get home, please. So she's like, okay. My sister flipped. She flipped. When I say she flipped, she flipped. Not like flipped. Just flipping and then just flipping like screaming like what the actual. So anyway, I explained the situation. I was like, you know what? You can shout and do that kind of madness. How am I gonna get home? So we kind of narrowed down the options. And she was like, okay, if you get a cab from Manchester, it's gonna cost about £180. And this was calling like a cab, because back then we didn't have Uber, we were calling up a cab office. So anyway, we managed to find a coach, National Rail. I think the next coach was at like 6:30. I think it was like £40, but I was like, how can I collect the ticket? So what she had to do is, she had to book the ticket and I had to collect it from the box office from the person. And this time, I don't even think that was allowed. She had to have the card, but when I say she had to ring and I had to go to this office while she was ringing and be in tears, it was a tragedy. It was so diabolical, yeah, it was mad. I think she started this, I'm using these two shades here. This palette's actually so flipping beautiful. So anyway, guys, I was just such in relief that my sister actually helped me. I was on the way to the train station. I was in bits. I was actually really cold because, listen, when we got to the club, yeah, I didn't take my jacket because I left it at work because I knew I was going to get a cab home. So I was freezing. Imagine, Manchester is so cold. I got to the National Rail box office, and luckily, as I got there, my sister was literally on the phone to us. So I was like, oh my God, please let's make this work. Like, I was so tired. When I say I was tired, if someone even tried to push me, I think I would have just died on the spot, you know. That's how tired I was. Luckily, the woman was so nice. She gave me my ticket. And then off I went. I boarded the coach. Like, I was just kind of like upset though, because I was like, what seemed like a funny night turned into an act of kidnap, an act of losing a friend, and an act of madness, because I was like, listen, imagine I got killed in Manchester. Imagine I was like, you know, raped or like murdered or whatever. It was just so much things that had happened, but like, it was just so irresponsible, guys. Like, honestly, it was just I can't even get the words out. It was mad. So anyway, so I literally finished off. I put my Bad and Bougie lashes on, and I did some. This white eyeliner is so bright. I can't find my NARS one, so I had to use the House Laboratories one. But anyway, I was on the coach for maybe about. The coach was so long. The coach was long. First of all, taking a coach was just not cute. First of all, the toilet wasn't really working properly. It smelled like shit, and it just wasn't cute, guys. Getting a coach back at that time, knowing that I had work, was probably one of the worst things ever. But as soon as I got back to Birmingham, my sister was so sweet. She legit like came to pick me up from the station, which was called New Street Station at the time. Now it's called Grand Central. She was just like, she didn't even know what to say. You know. She was just like, what happened? Like, she didn't understand what had happened and how I had like managed to get to Manchester like unwillingly. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like, I was in the car, but I fell asleep, so it was kind of my fault. But you know what, child, it was just crazy, and it was such a mad situation. When I actually broke it down to her, like, she was just so shocked, and she was like, "That should have never ever happened. Your friend should have done that to you. That's not what you call a real friend." And I was just like, I know, but I thought it was gonna be fun, but obviously it turned into such a tragedy. And then I was in a city that I didn't really know. That she was like, look what could have happened to you. You could have been murdered. You could have been, all these things could happen to you. And it was just crazy. But in the morning, I probably got back to my, listen, child, my nan was so freaking worried. She was just thinking that the worst had happened to me. Like, my mom had known by this point. Like, everyone was just so scared. So, oh God, it was just so annoying, guys. Hold on, where's my fan brush? I remember like charging my phone. I had like 50 voicemails from my mom, my nan, my uncle, my cousin. It was just honestly one of the worst moments of my, well, not one of the worst moments, because I've had worse things happen and I've been in worse situations, which I probably couldn't talk about them in story times, but honestly, it was like one of the most maddest moments of my life. It was so flipping crazy. My mom was like, I just didn't have any explanations, but I remember ringing into work sick, and I just said that basically there had been a madness in the family. My manager understood. I basically, I was so tired. It was just being drained of it all. Honestly, guys, it was mad explaining what happened to my mom. I basically had to come up with some mad stories to explain to my mom, and just to say that, like, you know, I went to my friend's house, fell asleep, and then my phone died. I had to say that, but if I told them the real story, I would have got boxed down. Almost finished. This video is gonna be so flipping long. What's on my teeth? Oh, actually, I'm going back to work here. And you know, at work, you always have like this one colleague that you always tell, oh, this is the highlight I got on. How pretty is it? Okay. I remember telling her what happened, yeah. This girl had to stop eating her lunch because she was in such shock. Like, I had to break it down and say what happened because I was like, sis, I went sick, you know, this one. But I was so annoyed that I had to use one of my sick days, and because it was so close to a bank holiday weekend, I couldn't take another sickness because I wouldn't get my flipping sick pay. This is the finished look, guys, and the moral of the story is that when I was at work, the person's name keeps meaning to come out of my mouth. Robert came into our workplace. I told him to get out, never speak to me again. Blocked him on everything, and it's still to, well, when I was in Birmingham, I see him in the club. We never spoke again. And well, he tried to speak to me a numerous amount of times. Bank holidays, clubs, no. From when you do something like so mad to me, you will never see me, speak to me, smell me, anything again. Oh my god! Anyway, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. I'm sorry if it was super long, but it was such a nice story time. I was like, how do I make this even shorter? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the look. Everything will be listed down below. The lipstick is NYX Abu Dhabi and Natasha Denona. I actually love this lipstick. I know I always do a nude, but I love the way this look turned out. It looks super gorgeous and super like healthy, young. Oh, the nose contour's a bit snatched up. Oh, okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys want more story times, let me know because I have plenty. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like the video just so you know YouTube does a bit better. There still are a few charity bags left. Please let me know. Obviously, it will be linked down below. You can buy yourself a charity bag. I do ship worldwide except for Australia and South Africa. I shall see you on Friday, hopefully for Sip and Slay or Ask Gary. Bye, guys.